Then we had number 20 Vanderbilt going on the road at number 8 Alabama. And I feel like number 20 is too low, but it was a tough game for them. And on the road at Alabama, such a tough place to play. And I think Alabama is kind of switching up the narrative that they're not who they used to be. And they're not like the Nick Saban days, because now they're rebounding. And back-to-back weeks, they've had convincing wins. They beat Georgia on the road. Then they come back home and they beat Vanderbilt. Like, Alabama's back, and I think they are for real. I don't know what that week 1 game against Florida State, like, how did that happen? I don't know what that was, but they looked like a completely different team, and they beat a great Georgia team on the road, and then they came home and they beat a tough Vanderbilt team 30-14, led by Pavia, who maybe made some key mistakes that could have determined the outcome, but Alabama ended up getting the dub at home, Jack.
Yeah, this is very impressive for Alabama. Going back to last season, I mean, they lost a couple tough games on the road to Vanderbilt and Oklahoma, and then this year against Florida State. So that was the big question last week: they're able to win in tough environments on the road, and they were able to do that last week. And this week continues to prove that this team is really, really dominant. And Ty Simpson just looks so good. And I think he should absolutely be in that Heisman race with names like Dante Moore for sure. But
Right?
yeah, like this was kind of the test to see if like Vanderbilt can really extend this streak, because something they've never been able to do against Alabama. Because last year's win was so huge
Right.
for Vanderbilt to be able to win against a team like Alabama, but they were able to pull it out very well. I mean, they made a few mistakes early in the game, like that pick on the first drive of the game. That
Right.
kind of set Vanderbilt up early on. But after that Pavia fumble, that really like kind of put Alabama
Right.
like really in position to have a long scoring drive, and that was really the turning point in the game. But yeah, Ty Simpson's Ryan
Right.
Williams continues to shine and just look like a top 10 team. But yeah.
Right. I mean, Alabama has certainly been a lot better since that Florida State game. And like you said, that Pavia fumble, it really shifted the momentum of the game, because it really felt like really felt like Vanderbilt was doing really solid. And as you said, they got up by a touchdown early, where it's just like they could have taken the lead. And Alabama had just missed a field goal. So it was a huge missed opportunity with that fumble. And Alabama looks a lot better. And a lot of the Kalen DeBoer haters are not going to like this, and especially people that said Alabama's not what they used to be without Saban. Kalen DeBoer is not a good coach. A lot of people were calling for his head after that first week. I think like someone from like the Powerball, or like some sort of lottery thing, when they said like, "What are you gonna do if you win?" They said, "I'm gonna buy out Kalen DeBoer so he can stay away from Alabama football." It's like, geez. And you see what they've been able to do since that Florida State game, and it's been very impressive. And it's only his second year there. Now, I know he inherited Nick Saban's players and like a great scheme, and obviously Alabama is Alabama. So I get fans wanting success right away, but I just feel like a lot of fans are just spoiled playing right. I mean, like the amount of national championships that Alabama has won, and like they've been consistently at the top of college football, and it's like just a down year or two, and the way they've been crashing out, the way teams have been leaving their team, I don't understand it. It's really silly. And I mean, coming from an Iowa fan where we've lost a lot of games, I can't even think about abandoning my team like that. And then it's like, you don't deserve when your team wins games like this, or Georgia. I don't really get it. But Alabama is definitely back on track, and they're really solid. What were your thoughts on that, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, they for sure are. I mean, I definitely saw a lot of those that were calling for his head. I
Right.
mean, because I mean, yeah, I mean, I mean, everyone expects Alabama to do great every year, so it was
Right.
definitely shocking for that first couple. I mean, that first year of Kalen DeBoer to really like for him to lose those tough games on the road uh, against teams that they would normally win a lot more handily. So, I mean, you could definitely say they're spoiled because, I mean, people are calling for Dabo Swinney's job in Clemson, and he's had a great career there. I mean, I definitely think he's still a great coach. I mean, he's proved that to be able to rally this team to beat a team like Georgia at home. I know that was our topic in the first episode
Right.
uh, after that week 1 game was like, is can he do it? Is he like the real deal for Alabama? And him and Grubb are finally like really cooking up some stuff and looking like
Right.
as good as he did in Washington.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. And it's not just against cupcake opponents like we saw where they destroyed Wisconsin by a lot. It's like they went on the road against Georgia and they beat them. They come back home and they play a Vanderbilt team that I know they're ranked at 20 now, but even before they lost, they were ranked too low. Vanderbilt's really good, and they won. And I know the scoreboard's going to say that they lost or they won that game by 16. It didn't feel like that in the game. There was a score late. Vanderbilt felt closer, and then they also had a defensive touchdown. And then when that got scrubbed away, that kind of flipped the momentum back to Alabama. So Alabama definitely played solid, and I think I kind of want to switch this over to Vanderbilt because Alabama's got a great future, and they really rebounded after that Florida State game. But Vanderbilt, this was really tough, and they've had a pretty solid season, and they blew out South Carolina in South Carolina's building. Huge win for them. But now they come back on the road at Alabama. Such a tough place to play. What are your thoughts on Vanderbilt going forward, and how do you feel about Pavia? And do you still think that he can do great things for this team, despite maybe some people saying that he was the reason that they lost with those turnovers and maybe those momentum shifters, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, I still think they have a shot to make the playoff for sure. I mean, I don't agree with them being ranked that low. I still think this is an amazing team, and
Right,
they I know, like you said, this is not a 16-point loss. Really, it didn't really feel like that. It was a garbage time touchdown late, so it was really 23-14.
right,
Um, but this is still a great team, and they stuck it in with Alabama. Like, if a couple things, like, I
right,
agree the play call there was dumb with him running early in the game, and that caused the fumble. That's something he normally doesn't do, and that's a
right,
huge momentum shifter. But I think they learn from this, and like they keep going. And this is a team that really has a lot of I mean, they had a lot of confidence going into this game, and that really helps them. And I think they absolutely have a shot to beat LSU next week because they have a bye this week. So, yeah.
right. And we'll have to see how they rebound like Alabama has done, because Alabama is probably one of the better examples of how you rebound after a loss with everything that they've done since that Florida State game. So we'll see how Vanderbilt is able to respond in these coming weeks as they get deeper and deeper into their SEC schedule.